hello. Welcome back to another fabulous, wonderful episode of Infinity Nikki. Now, I hesitate to say fabulous episode because this is the infamous housing update video, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to feel about this whole thing. So, I figured the best way to handle the situation is first, let's just let the video play itself out with the whole introduction, meeting Orin, letting him give us the gift and all that, so all of us girls could swoo over that tall glass of whiskey. Then, once we say goodbye to him, we'll then switch over to the Stardew Valley collab and let that whole situation play out, which will take no more than about 7 minutes. And after that, we'll then go over all the ability outfits and basically talk about how I honestly feel about the housing update, you know, some tips and tricks I found out while playing over the last couple of days. And yeah, that's basically how the video is going to play out. I really couldn't think of a appropriate video that would play everything all the way through, especially how people are feeling about this video. So yeah, we're just going to let everything play out, no interruptions with Orin and with Stardew Valley collab, and then I'll come back near the end and we'll discuss things further. So enjoy wooing over everybody's favorite new sexy man of the hour.
You're...
You must be the one the seer calls her dear pink star. Nikki. You really do stand out. And this must be a descendant of the famous Momo clan.
You've heard of the Momo clan? I'm impressed! Wait, are we really that famous?
I'm just being polite. Don't take it to heart. I've been wanting to meet you for a long time, but hadn't finished the gift the seer wants to give you. So our meeting has been delayed.
gift?
That's right. A gift welcoming you to the Sea of Stars. Although she was already satisfied with it, I spent extra time perfecting the finer details. I hold my work to a very high standard, especially when it's meant to be given as a gift.
I'm curious to see what kind of gift this is.
Hold on, Nikki. We still don't even know who this guy is yet.
Just call me Orin. Nothing fancy like the seer. But if you like, you can call me Tall Momo.
Hey!
You seem to know the seer very well.
Of course. Just like you, I was taken in by her. When everything was on the verge of collapse, it was she who found me and brought me to the Sea of Stars. It all happened so long ago. Sometimes I even forget I once had a real home. Wandering can be so lonely, but I guess you get used to it after a while. Those beautiful memories from back then sometimes return to me in my dreams. Eventually, I came to accept that even gods can, at times, be powerless.
You were one of Miraland's gods?
That's not important anymore. I'm just someone who follows the seer, guarding the Sea of Stars. Enough about me, though. I'd much rather share with you the gift we've lovingly prepared. A vast land floating above the clouds, thriving with life, offering safety, comfort, and freedom. Let your imagination run wild and use your whim to make it reflect you. Every aspect of it will be defined by your heart and inspiration. I hope someday you'll come to see it as a home, a haven where even wandering stars can rest between journeys.
Home? A home?
Calling it a home may be a little premature. For now, it's just a beautiful floating island, graced with lovely scenery and charming locals. As adorable as Momo.
A floating island?
Yes, an entire island full of wonder and magic. Hills rolling like the verses of a poem. Lakes mirroring the stars in the sky. Flowers dancing in the evening breeze. And forest paths that twist and turn. Every corner holds a little surprise, just waiting for you. And those surprises won't include any little troublemakers, like those with dark hearts.
You're not talking about Esslings, are you?
Of course, but worry not. This island is truly safe. You have nothing to fear.
That's awesome! Nikki, now we can play outside without having to worry about anything.
Anything else you'd like to know?
Charming locals?
Yes, they're called yardlings, small spirits that live there. In the days ahead, they might just make your life a little easier.
Sounds like you know all about them.
I wouldn't say I know them well, just familiar with their ways. From what I've gathered, they're drawn to those who are kind and brave at heart.
Aren't you just describing Nikki?
I'm sure they'll be more than delighted to meet you.
Why are you giving me this gift? I'm curious. What's the reason behind it?
The seer told me that even wandering stars grow weary. At the start of every journey, long and winding like the Sea of Stars itself, she hopes you'll always be at your very best before facing the unknown. Besides, how can one take on fate while weary from wandering beneath the stars each night?
Let me make sure I got this right. You're saying the home you're giving us is an entire island?
Set off when you're ready. The waters have been still for too long. It's time now to make waves.
Whoa, this place is amazing!
Thank you for the gift, Orin.
A gift from the Sea of Stars. Glad you like it.
I can't wait to explore!
Before that, let's give your island a name. Hopefully not something cliché like Home Sweet Home.
Orin? Are you leaving?
Yes. Even a displaced god has duties to fulfill. Though I've lost the place where I belong, I still find my way through the Sea of Stars.
Well then, will we see you again someday?
Of course, little Miss Star. Old stories are the seeds for new ones. Perhaps one day in the future, you and I will stand side by side and clear the fog of fate together.
Then, farewell, Orin.
Goodbye, Nikki. Enjoy your time on the island.
It's coming! With Nikki next to me, I'm not afraid.
Huh? Is this from the island?
To be honest, I've never seen it before. But it's definitely where that unusual energy fluctuation came from.
Actually, I have seen it somewhere else. It might be strange to you, but don't worry, it's very friendly.
Come on, let's go say hi. Then we can ask why it came to visit. Hello, I'm Posy, and this is Nikki, the owner of this island, along with her partner Momo. May I ask who you are?
You look familiar, but unfortunately, I still can't understand a word you're saying.
Oh, maybe if I use the same technique I used to listen to flowers and plants, I can understand it. It says it's a Junimo. And it also says farmer? The Junimo says that the farmer looks a little different today.
Farmer? Does it mean me?
Nikki, could the Junimo be mistaking you for someone else?
The Junimo might not have realized it's already in a different place. Posy, why don't you ask it how it got here, and see if it needs our help?
The Junimo says it was in Stardew Valley when a bright light suddenly enveloped it, and then it somehow ended up here. There must have been a fluctuation in the Sea of Stars that brought the Junimo to our world. I'll send a message to Orin to see if he knows a way to help it return home. Thankfully, the Junimo doesn't seem too worried.
It actually looks pretty excited.
Since our guest is here now, I think we should all join in and give it the warm welcome it deserves.
The Junimo is really happy! It says it wants to farm with Nikki, just like it always did with the farmer.
Well, the Junimo definitely found the right person. Nikki, let's take it to the planting area and show off your amazing planting ability. What a big harvest! Nikki, is this edible? We may not speak the Junimo's language, but its happiness speaks for itself.
That's right! The Junimo really loves the crops Nikki grows. It's so impressed by her planting skills, and it can't wait to get back to the farm to show what it can do! Great news! Orin says the Sea of Stars looks like it will calm down soon. Our guests should almost be able to head home.
I hope this has been a joyful and unforgettable journey for the Junimo.
I think the Junimo's starting to feel a little sad about saying goodbye.
Saying goodbye is never easy, but with a memento and our love, we can make it a little easier for the Junimo. Let's prepare a special farewell gift.
I told the Junimo to wait here for a bit. Nikki has a small surprise for it. That's what the gift wrapping table is for, to help Nikki send presents to all her friends. Nikki, it's all yours. The Junimo says this is the best travel souvenir ever! Huh? It has a gift for us in return?
You're really talented, Junimo. Here's a round of applause.
Hearing this familiar melody suddenly brings back memories of peaceful, happy days, and a group of dear friends.
It says, don't forget the fruits, the trees, and the chickens in the coop. They'll all miss you.
An outfit? That's the perfect gift for a stylist.
Thank you, Junimo.
The Sea of Stars is settling down. It's time to say goodbye.
Goodbye, Junimo. I'm so glad we met.
Goodbye, Junimo!
This is...
There were so many vivid details I picked up from the Junimo's heart that I couldn't quite put everything into words. Then it hit me. Why not use the music to capture the beauty of the place the Junimo told us about, called Stardew Valley? I'd like to make a music-playing piece of furniture as a gift for you. Just now, something the Junimo said gave me the final spark of inspiration. Since it looks like a little chicken, let's call it the Chicken Gramophone.
Thank you, Posy. When the Junimo left just now, I felt a little sad. Even though we only met briefly, we shared such a wonderful time together. I think that I'll remember it forever.
Yeah, me too.
And now, with the gramophone you made for us, we can sit in the garden, listen to its songs, and relive this magical encounter together.
And sadly, guys, that is it when it comes to meeting the Stardew Valley people and Orin. Like, I don't know if anybody else feels the immense of disappointment that I do, but yeah, I am just oozing disappointment here. Because I was expecting a lot more, especially for the collab. Like, let's be honest, I was expecting a lot more than just a 7-minute cameo. Like, I was excited for the outfit, sure. The whole little accessory piece is great. Their introduction coming in was fantastic. But I was assuming that they were going to be chilling around the valley for a little while, maybe helping us out, maybe be a little companion that is just like special for us since we were part of this big ass update when it first came out. But no, it's basically a 7-minute cameo of where he shows up, goes, oh my god, I'm lost. We literally plant one thing, go back to him, and he's just like, alright, that's all I want. Bye, plays a song, dips out, and then leaves a gramophone. Like, we all witnessed this sadness. Like, we all saw this sadness. And yeah, it's disappointing that he's just not chilling around, and he's not hanging around, and we don't get any more than just a basic outfit and a gramophone. I don't know, maybe I was asking for too much or expecting too much when it came to a collab, but yeah, I was a little disappointed, especially after all of the hype with the trailers and shit. They made it seem like this is going to be like a big ass event where it's going to be like a seasonal thing, or maybe, you know, like I said, that they were just going to stay here for a little while as our personal reward. But no, we don't even have time to take pictures with him, especially if you don't know that immediately after you plant the flower, he's gone. Same thing with Orin. If you didn't get pictures with him before you got on that boat, he's just gone. So yeah, very disappointing all around, but let's go ahead and start diving more into this housing update. Now, the first thing you will notice that we have a new currency called astrolites. Now, astrolites are materials that you can collect as you do your normal duties around the island, and basically one of the big key components of crafting anything in this place. So one of the ways you can get it is through this big ass flower here. You can hit it every so often, and from there you can grab it, take it over here to Posy, and use it up in the shop to grab furniture or other materials to put towards more materials and furniture items. And it's like a weird circle of life here. Like, it's very bizarre, but it somewhat works as you think about it. But as you play through the island and get things taken care of, you will slowly find out that if you want to get anything done in this place, you gotta level up all your new abilities. And by all your new abilities leveled up, I mean they gotta at least be past level 5 to get any of the cooler shit done. Like, case in point, you want to start rotating your shit to a certain degree, you gotta get level 5 and 6 on the construction ability to get any of that. So they basically kind of not just time gate you, but level ability block you from getting even any of the basic stuff that you probably want into the game itself. And it's very aggravating that you have to grind all this shit out just to unlock newer shit that should be part of the game. Let's be honest, rotating items like this or resizing them, yeah, no, that should have already been part of the game. Like, hell, if I could mod that shit in The Sims and do it, it should be easy to be done here. But let's actually go through these ability outfits one outfit at a time, okay? First, let's start with gardening. Gardening is one of the most simplest things you could do here. It's one of the first outfits you get. The most complicated thing is the fact that the seeds, you only get a handful to start with. After that, you're going to have to buy them from Posy. If not, you're going to have to spend hours and hours and hours grinding up around the main island. But on the plus side, with the combination with the fusion ability with your purification outfit, Oh yeah, no, gardening, piece of cake. Just the seeds are the problem. But let's move on to the next outfit. The next ability outfit I want to talk about is the fishing outfit. And this one's super easy, barely an inconvenience to learn. The hardest part is yet again about the fish. You only get a handful of fish. And once you use up all the fish, that's it. You gotta buy from the shop again or spend hours and hours and hours fishing up and praying that maybe you will get one. Now, one thing they didn't tell you when you got this outfit, you have to use your actual fishing outfit to retrieve the fish now. It's not until you get the fusing ability to use Mini Momo to go in. So, yes, for all the people struggling about how to get the fish out, you have to use your fishing ability outfit. Now, the next outfit is the grooming singing ability outfit. I don't know if it's necessarily grooming or singing or what the hell this is about. To be honest, I don't know much about this outfit. I just got it the other day. And yeah, it's kind of confusing. It's kind of confusing because it tells me they need food. I don't have the food. It tells me that I can't give them an outfit because they haven't been, I guess, given enough affection or something. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure this out. But what I do know is that getting the little animals into your place is easier said than done. First, you have to use your construction outfit to even place the animal lodging, and then you have to go to the main land again, groom the animal first, then proceed to do a mini game to get them here. And God forbid you miss one of the little structures that they ask you to follow. You're just not going to get it. And it's nice because I enjoy mini games like this, but it's also aggravating because you only get 3 times to attempt this. Now, the construction outfit is the most important outfit to me because looking at the trailers, they made it seem like it was going to be the bestest outfit out there. It made it seem like building this house was going to be like building in The Sims. It looked good until you actually got here, and yeah, it turned out not to be so pleasant. It's frustrating. It really is frustrating because first of all, when you first get this outfit, you had to tweak the settings based on what you're playing on. Because for me, I had to tweak the rotating settings and a few other things because I would try to rotate and the thing would just spin so fucking fast you wouldn't even realize it turned unless you looked at it and realized it slightly skewed to the left or something like that. I mean, it was ridiculous, but I had to fix that setting. And on top of that, it takes so much materials just to craft one thing. I am not joking. Anybody who's been part of this update can tell that it is a ridiculous amount of stuff that it takes just to craft a singular wall. Or I think at this point you get like a bundle and it's like 3, but it takes so long and so much. And yes, you heard that right. It takes so long. Everything is time gated. You can't just craft this piece of furniture, lippy split whenever you want, and just have it in your pocket to put down as you please. No, no, no. You have to wait. You have to wait a certain number of time, and God forbid it's a piece you really, really want. Most of the time, that piece takes about, oh, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, 9 hours, depending on what you want. It's ridiculous. It truly is ridiculous. Like, it blew my mind when I got in here. I was like, I can't just grab the new furniture I just got from the catalog and just put it here. Okay, I don't mind crafting the furniture either. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't mind crafting the furniture. But this amount of material is ridiculous, especially when some of the material is random. Some of it is random, and unless you know what you're looking for, you're never gonna figure it out. This shit is so overwhelming and so chaotic. It's just a lot. And with somebody who really doesn't have time right now to sit down and try to figure this shit out, it's stressful. It's frustrating. And I was super excited about this because I love building houses. This was like one of my favorite things to do in The Sims. But yeah, once I figured everything out and I was able to sit down and somewhat get a feel of how to build, I'm starting to enjoy it a little bit more. It's not the build mode that's a problem now. Now that I got all the settings all figured out and I know how to move things and how to layer things. Yeah, overall construction, it's a mess mainly because of how much you need to craft one item. And some of the shit you can't even craft until you level up other abilities and stuff. So it's basically time gated and a level ability gated. And it's frustrating. All this accumulates to a big ass frustration. Another thing that's a little frustrating is the fact that there is no like teleport option besides clicking the boat here and teleporting. So I don't know why they gave us this entire island and we're still limited on where we can go by teleportation. Like we literally got to leave the island, go to the main island, and then we have to click another menu to get to where we want to go. That's a lot of menus when you could just add a little shortcut to make things a little bit easier. All right, the last thing I want to talk about is this Dreamlight Pack thing. Now I did buy it myself. And the neat part about this is because I went ahead and bought the monthly gifts, you know, of course, when you buy the monthly gift, not only do you start getting the diamonds every month, but you get Stellarites and shit. So I figured, because I bought a few of these already, and I had the Stellarites, I would go ahead and give this whole Dreamlight Pack thing a try just this one time to see if it's even worth the money. Because you can get the Stellarite back, but you gotta get 6,000 points. So looking at it, it does seem as long as you stay on top of the grind and you can maybe max out or get at least halfway, like say 1,000 to 1,500 a week, you could possibly get that 600 Stellarite back. And then basically, it's almost like getting free furniture to a degree, but it's just a lot of grinding. And it's one of those you can either just pay for it, you don't have to grind for it and don't have to worry about it, or you could pay for it, grind, and then get your Stellarites back, and then basically the furniture will be free. And maybe in the future, this is popular enough, they'll keep doing this, and then you know, constantly could use that 600 and some odd Stellarite and keep doing a cycle over and over again where you get the new furniture, but as long as you keep on the grind, you can always get your shit back. So again, it's all about the grind. That's something I've noticed about this update. It's all about the grind. And I don't mind the grind. But there's a lot to grind to begin with, especially if you're somewhat of a newer player. It's a lot to get through. Now, the older updaters, you know, people from the 1.0 and all that, they may not necessarily mind the grind because they have, quote unquote, the time for it. But the reason why they mind the grind is because that's all it is just grinding. You're not actually giving these people an incentive to really come back. Because a lot of people are not here for the grind. They're here for the outfits. They're here for the story. They're not here for the grind. And yeah, some people are, some people aren't. And I don't know how to feel about this. Because I like the concept and the idea of having something to do in between the major updates while we wait. And give us something creative to do, such as building the house and shit. But it's so constricting. Everything from the ability outfits being grindy to things being locked behind certain things you can't get until you get the ability outfits or until you go out and grab things yourself. Like, it's just a lot of work to do. And some people just don't have the time to do it. So it's just in the end, I guess it's all about personal preference on how you really feel about this update. And like I said, I don't know how I feel because I like certain elements. I don't mind some of the grind, like I said. Like I don't mind the fishing or the gardening. You know, that's fun. That's very cozy elements. That takes me to like Stardew Valley territory. I'm sure once we get all the kinks out and iron out all the finer details, the housing update will be a lot better. But at this current moment, it's a bit of a struggle. It's very rough. And it's just a lot of grinding. So if you're not big into that, I wouldn't really worry about the housing update. But if you are, or you even like the idea of just building your own house, then I say check this update out. But yeah, don't have too high of expectation. But let's go ahead and start wrapping things up here. I hope everybody who has watched, is watching, will watch. I hope you enjoy. I hope everybody's fantastic and wonderful night. And guys, don't forget, if you enjoy my Infinity Nikki content or any of the other fun, fantastic things that happen here on the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, all that fun jazz. Especially want to be kept up to date with all the fantastic and wonderful things that happen here in Infinity Nikki. Now I'm gonna lead this off with Posey welcoming Nikki and everyone to the new island.
This place is no longer a lonely island.
From now on, Nikki can use the guest arch to connect with friends from faraway places. We can also lend Nikki a helping hand and answer all sorts of questions. Just thinking about our future home fills me with energy. I'm going to record all these memorable moments we've had since Nikki's arrival and turn them into our home journal.
Nikki, we look forward to making more special memories together in our cozy home.